about the university and what we've accomplished today. And I was thinking when I was sitting there, how many times I sat in a seat like this? On a day like this, usually it's in June. But on a day like this, in a gown like this, with a hat like this, it doesn't really stay up. How many times have you been through that? And there's one thing that's consistent with every one of those days. And some of you have been through it 3, 4, 5 times. And you know what's consistent? Is this crowd. So turn around and look at this crowd. Look at the people in these stands. They've been there every one of those events. What's interesting, my parents are here today. So they're here for this event for me. And this crowd, thank you for being here. Thank you for getting them here. And on a day when you get a lot of congratulations and a lot of kudos, whisper a thank you to the folks in those seats. They did a lot to get you here. So the other thing that was mentioned earlier is that symbol up there, University of Wisconsin in Milwaukee. That's one thing I really didn't get when I was sitting in this seat. I understood the student loans that I have, but I really did not get what that symbol meant. And as I went through my career, I realized, just like the folks in these seats, this university is going to be behind you when you walk out of this arena. And the help that I got when I was here, the help that I received as I went along my path in my career, instrumental. Use it. We've already mentioned it. Use it. It's very, very powerful. So let's talk about it. On a day about success, let's talk a little bit about success, the components of success. And I'm going to do that by thinking about something that happened just to me when I was going along my path. So I graduate, I walk out of this building, I go on the University of Chicago, I get into the University of Chicago, and I'd interned while I was going to the University of Wisconsin. And the place that I was interning with was a great engineering firm, but I didn't want to do engineering. And they gave me the offer that if they would pay my full ride to the University of Chicago if I worked 3 years for them. And I said no. So I said no, I don't want to do that. I want to go pursue a career in finance. So I go to the University of Chicago, pursue a career in finance, and I get a job in finance. Now to get this job in finance, it took me 7 months post-graduation, 54 interviews with this company to get this job. And my first conversation with the boss that ran my area, the partner, was 4 months into my job. And what did this person say? This is what she said to me. Lauren, you are not performing up to standards.
Oh my God.
You probably will not be here 3 months from now unless you give over 100%. And you don't need to be a math major to determine what my odds were of keeping that job. So I think back, and I was reflective of how did I get to this point? I'd done everything right, studied hard, gotten the job I want, and it came to me. This is one of my points for today. Success is not a destination. It's an actual journey. I had treated the job as the end point and my determination of what my success was going to be. And I got there, I'm like, I got there. I made it. I didn't make anything. And guess what? Today is like that day. This is a waypoint on your journey of success. One stop that will move you forward. Keep doing the things, because what you're going to find is that success is made up of all these little small actions. Successes, and failures, and you're going to put these bricks together to build something. Now, as I was walking down this aisle, I saw a hat that said, please hire me. Where's that hat? There.com. There. I love that hat. Okay? Because that's sort of why we're here, right? To get a job. All you have to do is ask any dad in the audience. I got 4 kids, they're not college age. Get a job. That's one of the points of the day. And maybe move out of the house. That's part 2, right? Part 2. Okay? What I want you to think about is you're going to get a job, right? I remember sitting in a couple commencement speeches, and probably, and I'm going to be quoted by, you gotta understand the room you're in, a lot of literary experts in here, but Robert Frost's poem about the pathless taking is probably one of the most quoted commencement lines. He's in a wood, there's a well-traveled path and a less-traveled path. Okay? Well, I'm going to give you your first piece of advice that you're going to get today. And trust me, you're going to get a lot of advice today, and you're going to ignore a lot of advice today. That's okay. I'm going to give you your first piece of advice today. Forget the past. You're in the woods. Don't even take the less traveled way. Forge your own path. Seek your own path. So I'm going to continue with the story that I was giving. So the boss tells me I'm not going to make it. Not going to make it. So I get home that day, and I live in an apartment where we have one of those key boxes. I open the key box, and it's not junk mail. Oh, it's student loans, and they all pop out. About that thing. University of Chicago ain't cheap. These are University of Wisconsin Milwaukee. It's about this thing. So just by fate, it's the day they all come. Which is just by fate. So I get up to my apartment, put them on my desk, and I'm thinking, like, okay, I'm about to lose my job. I've got all these bills. I'm going to date myself right here. I'm going to date myself. I press the answer machine button. Plays back. And Beth has left a message. Who's Beth? Beth is the HR representative, head of human resourcing at the engineering firm. And this is the message that Beth left for us. Beth left this message. Warren, I just wanted to check in with you. I know you're probably doing really well in your new career. So we're thinking of you here at that company that I said no to. And if you ever want to come back, just give me a call. I'm like, okay. So, I'm at this point in the woods where there's this path of where I know I can have success. And this uncharted path where I'm right on the edge. And that's where you stand today, on the precipice, right? You've been given this gift, tremendous education, and tremendous knowledge, which is actually freedom. It's freedom to take the path that you want to take. So right there, right then, I redoubled my efforts. And I had one thing. I wish I would have had something more inspirational for you to say. I had this great epiphany about what I wanted to do and what I wanted to be. It was really simple. I wanted to do something I wasn't going to be bored with, that I really enjoyed. And unfortunately for me, it was that job I wasn't doing so well at. It wasn't the other one. It was the job I wasn't doing so well. And this is the other point, my final point today, is making your own path allows you to define your own individual success. It's not the success that I define. It's not the success and the advice that you're going to get. It's yours. That path is uniquely yours. So step out. Now you guys know why I mentioned you calling off the stage. Step out onto the precipice. Go into the uncharted, undiscovered country of your career and your life. Because here's one thing when people go and reflect. And even the chancellor said it today. It's actually something that, it's not my favorite thing that I hear. I grew up on 40th and Capitol. Right? I live in Austin, Texas. Right? So I left 60-degree weather. I came here. I felt that cold, crisp December day. It smells like home. Right? Here's what I learned. Is that when you're at that point, and people say, look how far you've come. My goal never was to get far from 40th and Capitol. It's never what I was looking for. When you build your own path, take your own route, you're building something that's uniquely yours. It's going to be imperfect. It's going to have mistakes. Right? But it's going to be yours. And that's the great thing about taking your own path. So as you sit there today, and you think about all these things, and you get that piece of paper, and you go home with your families, right? Step out, create your own path, continue your journey of success, right? Appreciate the people and the institutions that are on that journey with you. And then think about making your path unique. Because you, in making your own path, can define your own success.